Let me ask one more question. In this Naadi, especially Agastya Naadi and many other Naadis always, there is a Santi Diksha. What do you think the importance of it? Is it something that people should take it very seriously?
Yeah, I think let's first take again the beginning, the why. Just a simple question. Why these mega consciousness beings edited these, I would call it, individualized traces, blessings in fact for us. It is to bring us, as we said already, more and more in that direction of salvation, and that on that road we do not have to suffer so much. In that sense we see already the complete Vedic approach of it, because all the Vedic means are in fact meant for one thing, that we on our road in the direction of salvation do not have to suffer so much. That avert the danger which has not yet come, that we apply that. So rishis, we can say always, all rishis, out of their state, out of compassion, out of love, have in fact edited this for us, which stays of course a complete miraculous something where we find all kind of different methods, always, which surpasses, I would say, our intellectual capacity. But one thing is clear, the blessing is there, blessing to put us on that road to suffer less in the direction of that arriving in total unity consciousness. That's it. Now, in the structure, how they put it, we see that the description of our life, mostly in, we can say, different chapters of the Naadis, and these chapters can be different in number. We could very often see that they are parallel in numbers with the houses as we see them in Jyotish, first house, second house, third house, etc., and the signification, first house, general description of the person, second house, family, possession, let's say what you do as a banker or a narrator or whatever, third house, brothers and sisters, etc., etc.
Oh, so there's a correlation between the chapters and the houses?
Yes, sixth house, minor problems, sicknesses, competition, jealousy.
So 10th house is where the business
10th house is there where the career is in business. So many Naadis give also the possibility to have a deeper insight in that specific realm of life. But one has then to ask, and then in the leaf, not all Naadis do like that, but in the leaf there could be an indication that one has to go to the 10th condom, as it is called. So, apart from these specific domains of our life, we also, and that may be, I would say, the most important condoms, apart from the revelation that we receive, is what we could do, or what we can have done for us, so that the karma which comes to us doesn't strike in a way that we will suffer so much. We have to understand that.
Okay.
Philosophically speaking, the karma hits always. There is no way to say that the karma is not hitting. But it is like we are finding ourselves in a protective shield. Let's see it like that.
Correct.
So that when the arrow comes, it gets stuck here. And we don't have to suffer by it.
So that's why the first 12 chapters correspond to different houses in Jyotish Shastra?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And so we have done 13 and 14 skandha.
That is for the Shanti.
Shanti and Diksha. So Shanti is most of the case, firstly speaking about past life experiences, and then secondly it speaks about what you could do. And sometimes very precise. There may be a problem in the family, or you as a father, you are doubting about that there is enough coherence in the family, or there are family problems, and you are sent maybe to Alanguri, because the indication is that you'd have to do their Archana to Lord Guru, because the Guru aspect in your life has to be enlivened at that moment. And since I would say the order as given out by the Pandit in the Sankalpa, the direction, in fact, to the energy that is generated there is directed towards the family.
So the pujas that they suggest is linked to the particular house on the chart?
Let's say that the pujas and everything that has been done has always a connection, we could say, somewhere to the actual Jyotish situation, houses or planets, houses, planets, the status of the planets, the transits, We can hear somebody says, oh, you now have Nashtana Shani, so that period will not be so good for you. And so there will be all kind of connection. I'm not saying we understand it always, but partially we can understand it. And so that is then happening, and then that energy is directed or in the direction for having marriage, or for having happy family life, or for having not too many sorrows on account of the finances, or whatever it may be. So that another part, very important, what we seem to forget very often is we giving. We giving to the poor, we giving to the handicapped, we giving to life. When we give to life, we give to God, we could say.
Great.
And when we give to life, when we give to God, God and life gives to us.
Excellent.
So the best remedy normally when people have not enough, have no living, then we see very often it is because of some past life karma, which as we read it in the 13th, in the Shanti Kanda, but at the same time with the indication, look, you did that, now give. How do you want me to give? I have nothing. Give. Give what you have. Give. And you will be given. So all the time we see how that is connected. So dhanams we should not forget. There is no spirituality, I would say, without dhanam. There is no progress without giving. The whole evolutionary process is by giving, finally.
Yes.
Now, then there are, of course, very specific indications which mantra could be used to give some more polishing of this part or that part, whatever. And that we find in the 14th skanda, which is then the Deksha Kanda. There, very often we see very specifically the mantra that has been given out that you can use personally, or which you could bring to Pandiji, who knows exactly what he has to do with that and how to do it. That is his profession, that is his work. So these two things, I would say, or three things. The Naadi, receiving the Naadi is already, I would say, a great blessing. But that is 100% connected to, I would say also, to the 13th and 14th skanda. If you go for Naadi, then tell yourself before also, if I say A, I also say B, because they belong together. Just make some remarks about that. And accompanying people and seeing people who just want to know a little bit more about their lives and a little bit playing with the situation. And then in the end saying, oh, but I don't want to do that, what they tell me. That is nonsense. Yes. That is ridiculous. They have already forgotten the miraculous, that it's really a miracle that the thing exists and that you get to hear all that.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So, and then it's get too much for them, or they don't want to put the necessary finances, which may vary. They don't want to do anything for it. And then I've seen many people not doing what the Naadi indicates. Naadi says, take care, there could be a little sickness coming then and then, and it's not so nice. Afterwards your life will be good, but now take care, do that and then that. And they don't do, they fall sick. And this is not a warning, this is also not saying that there would not be another way out, because that's not how it works. That level of love is omnipresent. But here we may say, at least, that these are very well directed, canalized, I would say, possibilities for us, so that we upgrade, I would say, our, like favorite guru from me said, make from your horror scope a happy scope.
Thank you, sir.